Let's pop back over to Dark Souls. And there we go. Okay, we're off to the races.
Oh, it looks good.
Oh, I forgot we're using this Y-hander. Oh, and I forgot
Yeah.
we're all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah, we're also real gross looking.
Yeah, we're real gross. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Best of All Possible Souls. It's me, Dia. I'm here with Derby, and we are joined by our intrepid co-host, Trevor Strunk. Trevor, say hi.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Derby. Hi, Dia. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I can't
That's what I like to hear.
I cannot complain. Um, yeah,
Listeners, Dia is, of course, allowed to complain.
I'm allowed to
It
complain.
has that right.
I mean, the thing is I could complain, but right now I'm just looking at Derby, who is a crispy fart. But she's got this Y-hander. She's wearing the chainmail call. Like, it's all good. Like, we're good. We're good to go.
Yeah,
What more could
it
you
does
want?
feel a little rude to complain when Derby is living the life.
When
Derby
Derby
is
is
living.
so sick and ready to go.
I agree. That's right. That seems very true.
Okay, 159 plus 65. That's right. We need to get more Titanite shards to bump up our Y-hander. But for now, we can go for it.
It's a fun sword. I was really enjoying watching you play with it last time.
Yeah.
Oh,
At the very
hello,
end of the
and
stream.
One Piece.
All right. Is there anything? No, we have no souls.
Goodbye.
We spent every soul we possibly could, and we
That's
jumped
correct.
up. What's going on back here, though?
Huh? Wait a minute. What's this? Who's this person? I like this.
What happened?
Oh no.
Our homie
I don't
Yol.
like that. He's dead.
Our homie Yol is dead.
Oh, prithee, art thou good Yol's master?
Did you kill
I am
Yol?
Uria of Londor, a close friend of his. Thanks to thee, Yol's soul is redeemed. Allow me to express my gratitude in his stead.
We get a dignified bow.
Another matter.
I mean,
Thou'rt a lord, art thou not? Bearer of the dark sigil, and our Lord of Hollows.
wow.
For the time thou remainst our lord, we of Londor shall serve thee. And I, of course, am also thine.
Oh my.
So this is Yuri of Londor, and she wants to serve us. So we had Yol, and Yol is dead now.
I mean, he got redeemed.
yeah,
I feel like it's okay. It's what he wanted.
Well, yeah, because he was supposed to die. Remember, all of his little weird, creepy turtle shell homeboys, they all died on the bridge, and he was fated to die, and he didn't. And then we found him, and he was like, "Oh, don't let me serve you, your lord." And we were like, "Okay, sure, fine."
It sounds good. Whatever.
So Yuria has the purging stone, and that is actually, we can buy that, and that will cure our hollowing. We
Does it
have
take away our levels?
no, it just takes away the hollowing.
Oh, that's
We are
nice.
currently at 29 hollowing.
So we would need 29 of those.
We would need 29 of those. I don't want to do the math on 29 times 4,500, but
We could do the
That's-
math on 30
that's-
times
that's the
4,500.
I don't
So-
want to do any of that math.
Okay, well, it's a lot of souls.
It's a lot of souls. But she's also got
Londor Braille.
Yeah, she's got a braille tome from Londor. Learn miracles of Londor. And then
Miracles.
she's got a bunch of sorceries, and then the Dark Hand, which,
Oh my.
if you remember the Dark Wraith dudes from Dark Souls 1,
Oh yeah.
that trample around in New Londo, that's this. This is that ability, that weapon that allows its wielder to evoke an art unique to Londor, the land of the Hollow. It is also said to be an ancient relic of a primordial serpent.
Oh, I wonder which one.
The Dark Hand mercilessly saps the essence of its victims and can also double as a special shield. cannot be used two-handed. So this is the other thing we get: the untrue dark ring. One of the illusory rings worn by hollows of Londor retain human appearance while hollow. The hollows of Londor are wretchedly aged, fraught with deceit, and dubiously secretive. It is no wonder that they are deeply detested.
And that's harsh.
That is harsh.
Poor hollows.
We're
Jeez.
really getting the but also, I mean, this is this is no wonder that they are deeply detested by whom? Who deeply detests the hollows of Londor?
Yeah, I mean, isn't everyone essentially a hollow at this point that we talk to at all times?
Well, this is the game that gets weird because hollowing here really starts to kind of take on an added layer that is unclear. So this is one of the illusions. This one you take on the appearance of a phantom. That's and then we got Ring of Sacrifices. So, but the Braille Tome, a Braille Tome of Londor, first spoken by Lillian of the Sable Church.
Ooh, one of those oral texts.
Right.
Love that.
So give this to a storyteller to learn miracles of Londor. This is a forbidden tome as it offers salvation to all hollows, and conversely curses all things living.
Oh, seems like a scary tome. In fairness.
Well, so this is interesting. So if all the normal miracles, this is a forbidden tome as it offers salvation to all hollows. Hollows don't get salvation, is what this is implying here.
Yeah, right.
According to whatever, but this is the Sable Church, and the Sable Church is of Londor, where we preach directly to the hollows because that's who we got.
I wonder, like, it's the same question you were asking before about who are the hollows hated by. Like, to whom is this sacrilegious, right? Like, to what sort of like religious authority are we to understand that the making, like the making us saved of hollows is sacrilegious?
Oh, what is the church in Dark Souls? Real fast, because it was the Way of the White.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Way of the White is kind of it's everything else, more or less.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense, I guess.
We might find things that complicate that more, but at the moment we have the Sable Church that is in opposition to the Way of the White.
Okay.
But I mean, so far what we know is the Way of the White goes and like kicks young girls down like dark holes and is like whatever. Guess
I got no love for the Way of the White in this game. And I know that's controversial, but Dark Souls I think is saying maybe a few things about religion. I don't know. Could be in there. Could be interpreted.
A JRPG that's making it's critical of the church. Never heard of that.
It's weird. Okay, well, I mean, I guess it's the first one to do it, which is kind of cool.
The Purging Stone. This is the thing. Ash-colored stone encasing a skull, which
cool.
is sick as hell. Reduces undead curse buildup and cures hollowing. Inhabitants of Londor, the land of hollows, use this secret treasure to feign normalcy. Occasionally, a hollow fools even himself and turns on his own kind. So that's funny. You can purge your hollowing so much that you'll just forget you have the undead curse and go killing.
Start attacking the other hollows.
Start attacking hollows. Decide you're opposed to hollows.
That a lord art thou not, bearer of the dark sigil,
Seek
and
less.
our Lord of Hollows. For the time thou remainst our Lord, we of Londor shall serve thee. And I, of course, am also thine.
Okay, so
Till we meet again, may the dark sigil guide thee.
the dark sigil is, of course, that gnarly motherfucker that's on our body.
Right.
let's see.
Looks like a little bit.
We can't. You don't because it's in our boobs. You can't see it because we censor that. But you can see the shape of it really, and and it's like, in our breast, and it is that gnarly.
It's
Um,
tree-like. I mean, just like
yeah.
all chaotic and dark things in Dark Souls, it is tree-like.
Let's see. Do we? I think I think it's an item, isn't it? Can't we? Well, there's the dark sign. But that's not it. But anyway, all right, whatever. But
I
yeah.
love the dark sign because it's just like it truly is one of the least useful items of all time.
Well, and it's interesting because like, okay, so it's like a dark sign, so it's an item you have, but it's always part of your body.
Yep.
Like the dark sign isn't something you're carrying around in your pocket. It's something that's attached to fixed to your body. Yeah.
Yeah, and it like it in a game where it was like, okay, well I have to balance progression with with like profit, like maybe I need to return to the bonfire with that. But like the only reason you'd be worried about returning to the bonfire is that you would not be able to keep your souls. I've always wondered this about Dark Souls. Like I've never had cause to ever use the dark sign. It seems so um I mean even if you don't have homeward bones, it seems so excessive.
Yeah, and the only way I can think it would ever be a possibility is if you somehow got stuck in geometry without homeward bones.
Yeah, and I guess maybe that's it. Like it's basically a thing so the game doesn't break.
Yeah.
Gaining admission to the Legion
Oh yeah, he's
is
still
a
talking
matter
about
of
that.
in
Yeah, we know. We know about the Legion.
Bye.
We know about the Legion, homie. So yeah, so that's all the housekeeping so far. It's time. We don't have any of those, so it's time to travel back to. We were on the road of sacrifices.
We sure
then-
were.
And then we stopped at this little clearing, and we met a young knightly lad and his big, not very talkative friend.
Yes, that's right.
And as the road of sacrifices is where we're at.
Hey.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, Derby, you've made some sacrifices of your own.
Derby has made Derby has made some damn sacrifices. But so yeah, so this is what was it? What's it called? The Halfway Castle.
Oh, okay.
Which
All
is it's kind of funny because it's like I guess it's halfway to the next thing of note, but also it's kind of just halfway a castle. There's only part of it here.
right. I like that. I wouldn't have ever thought of
You
that.
know?
Yeah, halfway. Yeah, it's.
But so then this next place we're going to, you can see
Ooh,
something
that's
off in the
interesting.
distance burning. You can hear some rather weird kind of groaning.
Yeah, someone's not happy.
Can I go down this ramp? Oh, look at these guys over here.
Oh my. That's a good weapon.
Yeah.
I would take a weapon with that kind of reach in this game.
The big tree trunk.
Yeah,
The
I
thing
would
that-
absolutely take
yeah.
that.
So we
It's like
found some more.
when you get like the jousting staff, it's great and all, but it's like it's not as long as that. So
No.
you're not really getting that much of an advantage. That's a huge advantage.
It's a big advantage, but it's very clumsy as we can see.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I always thought it was interesting that the Grand Lance is not nearly, I think, as long as a traditional jousting lance would be.
No, not at all. It's
Which
more
I
like
was-
a traditional. It's like slightly longer than a traditional lance would be.
Yeah.
Like not a jousting lance, but like a lance.
Yeah. So we're in this we're continuation of the forest we were just in, where there were all of the crow men, and now we're about to enter into kind of a marsh, which is always fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially if it is poisonous.
This one is not.
Oh okay. Actually, I'm pleased that it's not. I
Yeah.
prefer the non-poisonous marshes, but like I just chopped down a tree of some sort. That was cool. Um, One of the things that I think is interesting is like how, and it's like something I didn't think I would imagine about this game, where like the hacky references back to Dark Souls 1 really stand out because there's a lot of sort of like interesting ones as well, like ones that take a little more contemplation and thought. And then when you get like they're not from Londo, they're from Londor. It's like okay, yeah, that's fine. And there's still like interesting stuff in there, but it is interesting to hear someone be like, "Oh, I'm from Londor," and that's the expected pop from people who are excited to see more from that world. And it's so much less satisfying than some of the other beats, which are like more subtle, I suppose.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I kind of go back and forth on it. So,
Hmm.
um, so first of all, I'm actually misspoken because this is not. If I remember my wetlands taxonomy correctly, this is not a marsh. This would be. This is likely a swamp. I think this
Okay.
qualifies as a swamp. It's got trees. Marshes are
I'll,
characterized by their lack of trees.
I'll be real with
Um,
you. I don't know anything about wetlands taxonomy.
they're very interesting, and like the only reason I really know them is because um, my grandparents moved to Florida when I was very young, and
Okay.
my grandparents do, and I got really into like the Everglades,
Oh yeah, I mean the
and then
Everglades
you
rock.
find out that the Everglades are actually not a wetlands at all. Really, it's actually a river. Oh shit!
Oh my.
Yeah, they're actually
Well, at least we got it out of the way early.
yeah.
Um, Interesting. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah, it's an
I had no
incredibly
idea.
slow moving, like very broad, incredibly slow moving river.
Well, it explains
Um,
why it has the diversity of
yeah,
wildlife it has, right? Like get rivers and marshland people. Because I mean, I would imagine alligators would prefer to be in a marshy situation as
well,
opposed to a river situation. But no, maybe that's not true.
yeah, I don't actually know gators that well.
I just yeah. See, this is me and sea life. It's not my thing. It's not something I have a lot of knowledge on.
Oh, yeah, okay, all kinds of angry, cranky dudes. Look, he's so cranky, he's gonna attack that wall. He'll
Get
attack that
that
wall
wall.
all the live long day. Oh,
Man, that plunge took a ton of health
yeah,
from you.
yeah, it sure did.
It's like it's no joke.
Yeah. I love that it's not like a through the back thrust, you know?
Hmm.
It is
Yeah,
still like that like terrible baseball swing.
it's like it's infinitely more satisfying.
It's
I think than a thrust through the back.
yeah, I go both ways on that one
Uh-huh.
because I really, I think just like a reach back and just right out the chest like a just turning people into John Hurt um would be really satisfying at times. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, it's just really funny whenever you just like wind up to do that swing
It is,
with
and like I
something that's
mean,
so big.
it's like it is the thing that I'm probably just self-plagiarizing because I'm thinking about it from writing it this week, but like it is it's the thing of like, man, using baseball bats in anything, well, in real life too, but like in something that isn't real life is so fun because you can be transgressive with your baseball bat and do like you could do things you should not do with a baseball bat, like hit someone with it, and it's very satisfying.
Um, yeah, you're speaking about your
Oh yeah, my baseball prospectus article on No More Heroes.
yeah. Why don't you tell the people about that because it's good. It's a good time.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I didn't know that Mark had gotten Colin to write for it. They were an inspired choice. Um, but yeah, I wrote a piece about No More Heroes for Baseball Prospectus for the basically it's a little pet project that Mark Normandin and Pat Dubuque have both of whom are wonderful editors and creative writers, or creative. I will say creative editors. They always have a way to come up with um, a good hook that is not just baseball related, but kind of a bit more so, which is not always an easy thing to do at Baseball Perspective, since it is traditionally a place where you write about baseball. But they're covering video games a little bit this week. I think maybe next week as well. And Patrick asked me to write about No More Heroes because there's a little fun mini game in it where you use your beams saber to hit a baseball through a bunch of bad guys, and it just knocks down a bunch in a row. And it's very Bugs Bunny and tedious, which is to say, it ticks every single box of a Suda situation. There's slapstick and tedium. But yeah, it was really fun to write because I could think about baseball bats, and I could think about also how Suda loves Suda 51, the developer, loves baseball so much. I learned that he visited baseball. He visited batting cages every time he got a chance when he was still doing sales, and loves them deeply and powerfully. And I don't know. It was exciting to be able to think about baseball and video games again, which is something I haven't really done since I wrote with Patrick at Baseball Perspectives. So it's a neat thing to come back to. And if you can read it for free if you create a login, so you don't have to subscribe. All sorts of good stuff there, not just me.
I'll put a link down in the description for that because it's a good piece, and it's very fun how Mark is just kind of like, let's write about video games sometime. It doesn't have to be a video game about that's specifically about baseball. Remember,
Mark is the reason that Mark and Patrick are so good for this is because both of them and having I've written more for Patrick because there was a sort of vertical that we wrote for a while. Not him and I, but him and he sort of ran, and then a bunch of other people contributed to. Just extremely fun place and fun group of people to write for. But it could be kind of on whatever you wanted. It was a very silly and free flowing opportunity to write about stuff, and I totally ended up writing about baseball in that. But on the other hand, it's been quite a while since I got the chance to do that, and realizing how much the two things maybe I like to do most in the world, watch baseball and play video games, somehow correspond is very rewarding. To sort of be like, oh yeah, no, it's there's definitely something here.
yeah, no, Mark had asked me to do it this month, but I didn't have time because I knew I was going to be reviewing game coming up. And I was just like, I'm not.
I think I know that game.
Not going to be getting you a piece about a baseball game or a game that ties into baseball is not going to work. Especially because he didn't have I was like, if I'm going to do it, I would probably do it on Base Wars, the Cyborg NES baseball sports, baseball combat sports playing a baseball game. But
Please
of course,
do not tell me he.
Of course,
he wouldn't
Mark
let
had
you do that.
already written about it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna be like. There's no way he would say no to that.
Yeah.
There is a possibility that he's already written it. A very high possibility.
So then I had to come up with I'm like, God, well, what am I gonna do? And I was like, there's
Yeah.
the only one
It's
that
so
I would
hard.
have to go back through and because I've never really been a baseball person. My stepfather tried to take me to local minor league games because it was in Richmond, so we had the Richmond Braves there, and it was just really just like, why are we here? This is so long and so boring, and it's so hot, and these chairs are not real chairs, and I just want to go home. There's a giant Indian crawling out of this building. Please let me go home.
Okay, yeah. I mean, in fairness, I have nothing to say about that other than totally reasonable. I mean, the thing about minor league baseball is I think it's basically like an entry point to a lot of people with their kids, especially. And I get why on some level you're like, okay, my kid is going to not stay for this whole thing, and I don't want to pay major league prices for this. But it's a much like more pared down project product, and most kids know that. Like most kids are sitting there and they're like, this doesn't feel as fun as I thought it would. These chairs are terrible. Why are all the gimmicks so bad? Like they know. They know what's going on.
I just didn't understand what was going on at all. And like I remember like watching baseball at home and just being like, no, this is boring. This is
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I mean,
No,
it is too. That's the other thing. Like, if you don't like baseball, you just don't like
yeah,
baseball.
no,
That's
it did not. It never baseball never clicked with me.
that's reasonable.
Which is why I think it's funny that like you know, my mom's high school boyfriend, one of my mom's high school boyfriends, decided to buy become a co-owner of the Phillies.
It is very funny.
She didn't want to go to Amherst, and I never want to have to like, you know, be associated with baseball. It's just
You both made your choices, and I
Yeah.
respect both of them very much.
Here's a giant crab, Trevor.
I love this spider crab. I was just looking at him. He has very Elden Ring in that one area where there's the academy feel, but I like him more.
Yeah.
Um,
I do like it's God, Derby, you're all messy.
oh,
Yeah. I like the giant crabs, like, because, you know, these were novel. When Dark Souls 3 came out, this was probably one of the more novel things that happened. Like, you know, you get all the way through this game, and this is really kind of the first, holy shit, there's a giant crab. Also,
yeah.
these,
Can we
these
get
some
giant
bitches-
crabs?
No, we never got Dark Souls.
Okay.
We haven't gotten giant crabs until now. And we get giant crabs pretty. God, I forgot it staggers a bitch.
Oh, wow. That is the coolest one. Look at that egg sack.
Oh shit! But like, yeah, this thing is so nasty and big, and
Oh, it
does
very
that?
deadly. It's double petty.
Does that? You're dead now.
Yeah, it kills you sometimes. I love that it has a little brood. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that crab. That's such a cool. There's nothing not to like about a
Yeah.
giant crab, especially the first time you see it. I feel like they put a little one in the same way that I guess I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not. You know, it must be because I can't even totally agree with myself on this. But there's a part of me that thinks the metal skeletons in Demon Souls are the coolest skeletons. But there's also a part of me that feels that the skeletons outside of the Undead Crypt in Dark Souls 1 that are just like so kind of perfectly a skeleton are the best in the series. And
Yeah.
it's just the first attempt at something in a series, it's just I don't
Yeah.
know. It feels like there's a little more love in it.
It's true. No, it's real good. I mean, I do like the giant horrible crawdaddies. In the Lake Liurnia.
They're still great. Like
They're
let's,
still
let's,
great.
let's be real. They rule. I like some of them are like that they're crawdads or lobster looking monsters is that is novel.
Yeah. So these are I stopped here because we didn't, you know, this is still telling us it's the road of sacrifices, which is, you know, the halfway fortress. It is because it is the halfway point, you know, on the road of sacrifices. But now we are in the crucifixion woods section of the road of sacrifices, and you'll
Rough
notice
place to be.
we've got these weird crucifixes, like, right, like these they're cruciform, but they're not really crosses. They're made out of these, like, you know, circles, these like interlocking, you know,
Yeah, they're very
semicircles in a
weird.
way.
Like how would you crucify anyone on that?
Yeah, I don't know.
If you did it on the front, their arms would have like a stable place to be. which seems to defeat the purpose of crucifixion.
Yeah. Dog. Swear to God, like sometimes this game just throws shit at you, and you're just like, what the? Why are we doing that?
There's something it's throwing at you right there.
Yeah, it is throwing that crab at me. That crab is still up here. I can throw a firebomb at it. See what happens. Nothing.
Do it.
Not much. Crab says, "Fuck you and your firebomb."
I mean, like a crab would in real life. I feel like a crab would not. I mean, a crab of that size.
Okay. Well, I got my souls at least.
Oh, you got your souls back.
Damn.
That must have really confused the game. Soul console there.
Yeah, that's
You
just
like
how it
crab?
happens sometimes.
Is that a thing you like eating, crab?
Crab? I've been known to eat crab. I prefer crab over lobster because lobster's kind of a gross thing. I'm just not a lobster fan, but I'll eat some crab.
That's reasonable enough.
Oh, there
yeah.
are my souls. My souls are right there. Okay, so I see everyone over here is freaking out. Look at the guys in the back corner over there.
Oh my gosh, they're just dancing.
Yeah, they're
having a great time. Look at that.
They're having a time at least. I'm just gonna get.
You don't
these
think it's a
souls.
good
I'm gonna
time?
get the fuck out of here because I'm not gonna fight this crab just yet because I got Titanite shard. Oh shit! What is dog?
That dog hates you.
Yeah. Wow. All these everyone over here needs to calm down.
These guys.
Bye. Because I wanted to go back to Firelink because I got some Titanite shards and we were wandering around these crucifixion woods, fighting these weird guys and also mushroom people. The mushroom people things are interesting because they're bugs with giant mushrooms on their backs.
Yeah. Do they curse you in this game?
They have poison.
Just good, wasn't he?
All right, you know what we got. You know what we're here for. Oh wait,
You know what
not
we
yet?
need, buddy.
Oh, son of a bitch, we
No.
need one more.
One more.
One more.
I'm gonna quick go to the bathroom, and when I come back, I will look up where we can find one more shard.
Okay, we should be able to find one right there, but you know, go for it. Question is, while Trevor's gone, should we put fire on the Zweihander? Could be fun. Could be fun to put fire on the Zweihander. Right now, the Zweihander, we're at 159.65. What is it going to get to at the next level? 174.74. What is this? So that's butcher knife. That's what God damn. Oh, because it's plus 2. It'll go up to plus 3. Yeah. That's such a powerful time. The Great Machete. It's so weird they have the repair equipment because you never use it. You just go sit at the bonfire. Don't. I guess if you truly break something, that you can use that. Okay. So we got.
Pretty be careful.
Yeah, homie. Do you get any more levels from Uria? That is the question. Because I think Uria will give you more levels, but I think we killed Yol, so I think we're done with levels. I think we got all of our bonus levels. Yeah, no, we got all of our levels. Get my purging stone.
Till we meet again.
By one of purging stone. I don't think that's the only way. I think the Firekeeper can also purge it
Welcome
of
home,
you.
speak thine hearts. Very well, then take
No. Yeah, can't level up yet.
Ashen One to be. So I'm Ashen.
Okay,
Oh.
fine.
Okay, I am back.
You're back. Here we go.
I've been using an app to help me drink the amount of water I want, which has unintended side effects of having to go to the bathroom.
That's the thing that happens.
It is
when,
true.
when you hydrate. But you don't have to drink 8 glasses of water anymore because the people who run newspapers, they say you don't have to anymore.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was really funny. There was like an article that came out recently that was just like, you don't actually have to drink 8 glasses of water anymore. And so here we go. Here's the
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
What am I? Whoa!
This is where we get the Bloodborne influence. So he's been crucified.
Yeah, that guy's
You
definitely.
kind of
been
see how the
crucified.
crucifixion works here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That guy has the same feeling as those. I guess I'm gonna do do Elden Ring again. Of those guys in Elden Ring that are just like incredibly fast and have like tons of knives attached to them and rush you.
Oh yeah, those guys.
I hate those guys so much. But yeah, those guys have the same kind of frenetic energy to them. I feel like there's not a lot of enemies that just like bum rush you in this game like that.
No.
That is more of a Bloodborne thing, I guess.
So we're currently in a place of relative safety from the crab that's chasing us.
He'll clip through. He'll do it. Just give him one chance.
Yeah, he'll clip through a little bit. Yeah, no, he totally will. There's another one of these guys over here.
Oh no. I love the two-handed swine-hander. Fun thing to watch. Oh.
There we go. Drink, Derbs.
So,
There we go.
do we think? Are we to understand that these guys were crucified and then, due to some magic, were able to grow so big that the crucifixion was not useful anymore, or is the crucifixion that something that does that to them?
That's
Are they growing them?
I don't think they're growing them. I don't think that's the case. I think these things were very big and very probably very big and very cursed. Either to be cursed to begin with, or fucking crap. Look at that son of a bitch. Just hiding there
Crab
waiting.
is
He's just fucking waiting.
he knows. Not
Piece of
backing
shit
down.
crab.
Crab's like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
He really is. But there's a stairway over here. Oh shit. We might be able
Oh.
to get to.
He knew.
Yeah, he knew.
Can't climb the stairs, Crab.
You're like a Dalek. It's your one weakness.
Can Daleks not climb stairs? Is that?
No, they've got wheels.
Well, I know they have wheels. I thought maybe they could climb stairs.
So there is. Historically, Daleks cannot deal with stairs. It is a problem. Daleks also not so good on their own ramps.
Okay.
Because there's the insides of their spaceships. They've got ramps, of course. In at least one, I think it's like the non-canon Peter Cushing one.
Okay.
Was it Peter Cushing that was the non-canon doctor, or one of the non-canon?
I don't think Peter Cushing was a canon doctor. So
I don't know.
that
He wasn't a canon doctor. I can't remember if he was actually the actor playing the dude playing.
Oh,
the
okay.
doctor
I see
or
what
not.
you're saying.
But in that one, Daleks fall off ramps, and it's really funny when they do, because you just kind of have to imagine some poor little BBC employee on a wheelchair and on a little like a tricycle, just falling off a ramp.
Ow! My daughter read there's a series of books. It is exactly the same as like series of books that have been released forever, on like famous historical figures, and it's called Who Was, and the Who Was books have now branched out into talking about like, who was or what was, so, certain things. So she's read What Was Doctor Who. And so she learned all about Doctor Who and all the actors and stuff. And what's funny about it is like, I was like, well, I mean, you can watch it if you want. Like, I'm sure there's ways. Like, I'm sure we can find it streaming. And she's like, no. She's like, now that I know all the actors in it and know what's happening, it's not going to be exciting for me to watch it now. Like, I don't have to. I read a book about it. It's like, man.
Read a book about it. I don't
That's
have to.
that's like, I get it. I guess.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that.
I mean, she just has facts about the doctors. Like, I was like, oh, one of the more recent doctors, woman. It's like, yeah, every like 13th iteration, the doctor undergoes a major transformation. I was like, really? Is that true? How do you know more about Doctor Who than
I
me?
didn't. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's okay. Sure.
This is coming from a my sometimes unreliable great daughter. So take
Yeah.
take that with whatever grain of salt you may.
I mean, I'll trust that over the fact that the BBC has decided that canon is whatever the hell they feel like doing at the time with the Doctor. So
I think that's reasonable, especially early on. Now I think they probably should stick to something. They have the people and the budget to do that. When it was just like 6 people writing the show, and it was
I got a crystal gem.
you got a crystal gem.
Yeah.
What does that do?
It puts magic on the sword.
Okay.
It's the magic infusion equivalent, of the fire gem, basically.
Right. Yeah.
But it's just fun to say I got a crystal gem, because we were in a post Steven Universe world.
That was another thing that my kids got really briefly into was watching the theme, like one of the songs from Steven Universe, and never being interested in the show.
Just one of the songs that's amazing.
One of the songs, like yeah, I think it was like "We Are the Crystal Gems" or something. I've never watched it either, but like I got kind of interested in it when I saw that, and then my kids were not, so I was like, well, I'm I'm only so human. I'm not gonna spend my time catching up on a cartoon if my kids aren't watching it.
Yeah, no, I respect that.
Is
What do you-
Steven Universe good?
I didn't like it.
Oh, okay, then I believe it's not good.
It's not. It's just not Adventure Time. And if you're gonna watch one of
Adventure
those,
Time is excellent.
if it's not Adventure Time, and if you're gonna watch one of those, you might as well watch Adventure Time.
Yeah, Adventure Time is excellent. I've enjoyed Adventure Time in my life. That's a fun show.
It was really hard for me to get into, and then once Eliza Gager explained it to me, the kind of the basic gist of what Adventure Time is trying to be, I like mentioned it to my partner, and like they were like, "Yeah, Adventure Time rules. We'll watch Adventure Time." And so then
That rocks.
And then they had me sit through like all of Adventure Time with them, and like, sure enough, it was like exactly what I wanted to be watching.
Yeah, it's a genuinely charming show. Like I think no, these don't. This is an overstatement because I'm never exactly like offended by this stuff. But like, if there's any version of the like secretly dark YouTube like cartoon things where they're just like how this is actually the darkest show on TV. It's Adventure Time because it's just like, yeah, I get that there are some moments where Adventure Time seems a little dark or like tries to think about something a little more complex, but it's like that's just interesting. It doesn't make it dark.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You don't have to read in an apocalypse to it. It's too good for that kind of thing, I think.
We got a Titanite shard.
Oh,
So you know
this is
that
amazing.
means. You know what
I
that
got too
means.
busy. I do know what that means. It means homeward bone time.
Right. No, the secretly dark thing is really, really tedious. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I can't with it. Just, just can't.
Just
Well, it's all engagement farming on the worst possible scale. Like, yeah, okay, like I guess if you squint enough, SpongeBob is secretly dark, or like, oh, like did you know that Ed and Eddie are all dead? It's like, does that make the show better for you? Are you happier watching it, thinking they're all dead? Is this like, I don't know. That's all. That's inevitably what I think about is like, is this somehow improving this for you? And I can't imagine it is.
I don't have. No, I only have. I have
Why-hander.
don't have a heavy gem yet.
You have a fire.
I have a fire. While you were away, I was like, maybe I should put fire on this Y-hander.
Fire's so cool in this game. Remember we had that
Yeah,
like
we'll
little
just do it
staff
for
that had
now
fire.
because it's
Pretty
fun.
be careful.
It's not really like, like it is not an optimal thing to do. I don't think, especially at this stage of the game. But also, who cares about optimization?
Yeah, I care about fire being neat.
Oh yeah, I still need 20,000 fucking souls. I gotta save 20,000 souls.
Oh, that
So many
sucks.
fucking souls.
I mean, I guess the thing to do is the next time we beat a boss is to remember not to use it on levels. And
Yeah, you can do a thing.
I don't want to listen. I'm just.
I know.
I'm your sole financial advisor. I'm just.
Oh no, not my sole financial advisor.
You need to be putting these into different places.
Have you thought about
Putting your souls.
diversifying? Oh wait,
You're putting your souls in too much high risk places.
I've got an Estus shard though. I also picked.
Oh,
up one
there
of
you
those.
go.
Yeah.
When did you get an Estus chart?
Was
it
you
this
talking
run?
about something?
Oh gosh, I'm
Yeah.
getting too caught up in our conversations this time around.
No, it's good. People like it when we do the podcast episodes.
I know it's true. It's true. People do tend to like those.
Reinforce Estus Flask. There we go. Yeah, do it.
And since neither of us will end up doing a podcast episode on
Be
Final
careful.
Fantasy, I think this is just as good then.
Yeah, no, we're not. We're not doing Final Fantasy 16.
We could
because
just do.
first of
We
all,
could do a.
I have to beat it, and you have to
Oh.
even begin to play it.
I know. I was gonna say we could do a. We could definitely Paradise episode. We both talk about how cool Jack Garland is.
I'd have to replay Stranger of Paradise, I think, because it's been so long.
Jack Garland made more of an impression on you than that. I
Oh
believe
yeah,
that
I
must
just.
be
I mean,
true.
if I'm gonna actually I want to get into
Oh,
the nuts
well.
and bolts of it. I need to remember it better.
Don't worry, I won't make you do that. I will make you say on that Jack Garland is cool for the way he goes after chaos. I think he's
Dude, Jack Garland rules. Jack Garland's like Jack
he's
Garland.
our single-minded king.
Yeah, no. As far as single-minded Final Fantasy kings go, he's just so much better than Clive.
And that's the real tricky part, and like I think one of the reasons that your opinion on Final Fantasy 16 has been the more sort of like
Correct.
the less held one is that not enough people played Stranger of Paradise. I think more people needed to play that, and then once you play that, it's if anyone is doing the Jack Garland thing, I would rather just have more Jack Garland.
Yeah. No, it's like it's one of those things. It's like part of why I stopped tweeting about Final Fantasy on main during the hours when Chris was awake, Chris Person, because he will try and find a reason for anything to exist, and like.
He's so even-handed.
And like I respect that on some level, but on the other hand, I'm like, no, you cannot be the guy who goes so fucking hard in, the end game of Stranger of Paradise, and then turn around and tell me that Final Fantasy 16 is good. Actually, no, you do not get to do that. You do not get to come into mentions and do that. No.
Well, that was that's a very diplomatic way of handling that, I would say.
I just no, I just don't tweet about it during business hours.
Stranger of Paradise is, it is genuinely a joy. So like I can absolutely see that from him, the fact that like, going so hard in the end game, as you say, of Stranger of Paradise, then being able to find value in a game that sort of feels a little bit like Stranger of Paradise light. I mean, I haven't played it, so in your estimation, I will caveat with that. I just don't know. I'm not trying to be like wishy-washy. That would drive me nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my thing is I don't like I saw like a lot of people like to make jokes about the Dragon's Dogma comparisons and things like that, and even Devil May Cry 5. It is not any of those games. It is not like directly comparable to any of those games because like it's just like kind of just it feels like a game that was made by people who don't know how to make the kind of game it is. Which is weird because like I know the combat director, did Devil May Cry 5. Was worked on Dragon's Dogma. By all means, it should be. That aspect of the game should be good.
Yeah.
It's not. The combat encounters kind of suck. The combat system is really boring and kind of sucks. There's just like it's weird cultists, man. I like this building here because this is very much like that one that opening in the very beginning of Dark Souls. Once you get past
Once you're
once
out of the prison.
once you're you first kind of head up into out of the city and into the castle, and there's that where you fight the boar for the first time.
Yes. Yeah. No, absolutely.
And you run through here and you run up the stairs, and then you can fight the boar on top of this, from the via the ceiling.
Okay. Surely there's not something scary down here.
Well,
yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, normally we would actually fight the crucifix guy down here. Fall down that hole, and we'd land right like on top of the crucifix guy, basically.
Oh, now I see where we are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but we don't have to worry about that.
You made it real easy on yourself there. That's great.
We killed the crucifix guy first. Yeah. I was wondering where that hole was. I couldn't remember. I was like, there's a hole over here somewhere. I'll fall through it eventually. And sure enough, I fell through that hole.
Sure enough, you fell through that hole. Yeah. I totally see what you're saying about that similarity. It is like that. That place is so. I remember feeling like a real sense of expansiveness once you cross into the castle there, almost in a similar way that you do in an 8-bit RPG, where like you just sort of like you realize like, oh my god, this world is so big. Because like all of a sudden it's like getting another biome on top of something. This is here too? Like that's wild.
Yeah. This place has always been interesting to me because it's like, it's like, okay, it's like I guess it's a castle that's built into this swamp. But like it doesn't really, it feels like weirdly fitted into the environment.
Yeah, it doesn't feel organic in any way, which like I can't tell if that's intentional that it's supposed to feel out of place or if this was just kind of mashed up. I mean, ultimately, I guess it doesn't really matter one way or the other, but like it does feel like, why is this place here? It's not quite a ruin. It's not particularly a castle. It's tough to place.
Missed. There's this asshole over there. He's gonna ring his little bell.
Yeah, then you're not gonna be happy. This is not. Yeah, that's not a bell you want rung.
No.
Go Solid Snake on him. Uh-oh.
You get a lot of like leeway before he like really.
Yeah, that thing was ringing. That was absolutely.
He was screaming. He was doing his thing. Like he was.
You really got away with one there. Yeah, I saw that bell move. Pretty sure bells are supposed to ring when they move. So when we say cultists I'm obsessed with the theology of Dark Souls tonight, I guess. When we say cultists in Dark Souls, who do we imagine they are like beholden to? Like who is the sort of like cult figure in Dark Souls?
That is the thing that I do wonder, because like historically I feel like it's like Gwyn, like they're not even they're just more subjects than cultists, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, these guys are like straight up cultists.
There we go. Jesus, can't do that to me, Dark Souls. Heretic staff.
Again, like a heretic. That's just like another question I have.
This more so than the other game. We get these kind of these notions like the heretic, this idea that one could be like excommunicated or outside of an orthodoxy, and like you know, in Dark Souls 1, like the Orthodoxy is Gwyn. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
it's
Um,
you either follow the sun god, you know, you either pop a fire, or you know, go fuck yourself. Um, you know, but
and
here,
that orthodoxy is part of like why it's like a problem that he has like made the world turn to ash effectively. Like you don't have the end of Dark Souls if Gwyn is not the center of the theological universe.
right? Yeah, exact, totally. Um, I mean, you need to go fight God in the Kelm.
Hmm.
If God
Yep.
isn't God, then you've got a problem.
Right.
And
Exactly.
what makes God being interesting in in Dark Souls is that, well, God is in the Kelm. God has been reduced to ash, and he's just kind of this angry, like impained, you know, thing that is like miserable in a kiln.
Right.
Sorcery
Yeah.
stuff.
Not. Yeah. Like just like the ultimate the ultimate amount of just like reifying the fact that he has no ability to create anymore. Like in an ashen kiln with no fire, miserable and pressed and angry and lashing out like a beast. Gwyn is absolutely like the perfect version of this guy is like not he's a god, but he's not the kind of god you um but in this like it almost feels like I mean I guess the less sympathetic reading would be um the game sort of is playing up the factions and adding new people to sort of increase interest. But I think like one interesting way of reading this theological world is that like if this is in fact taking place so long after Gwyn has been dealt with, um, maybe during that time this is when all the sort of like sub religions crop up. Well, the truth is dead that long ago, and people find ways to gaps.
Yeah, I think that's definitely, and I think that is kind of the implication we're getting here is that, you know, oh shit, fucking hole
Ah,
again.
that
It's
hole
only
is so
annoying
mad.
because I do lose a lot of health from that.
It's a big drop. I feel like
Yeah,
they may have buffed the amount of damage you take from
the fall
falls in
damage
this
you
game.
take by versus your weight. Yeah, like I guess we're fairly heavy because we got this big sword, but still, like, goddamn. Um,
Just like, yeah, listen, we people have been getting away too light with falling off of things in Dark Souls. We need to make people fear falling off
you know, maybe.
of.
I'd say kind of like that. That's a move that I would make. It's a move that I respect. It's like, oh yeah, you thought like, oh, the fallen helm, the fallen knight armor. That
Oh,
is the classic newbie Dark Souls get up is the fallen knight armor and the dark sword.
oh
That's all
yeah,
you saw. Like when you first played when Dark Souls 3 came out, you would run into so many dudes that like this was their first Dark Souls, and they got the dark sword and they got the fallen armor, and like that was it. And they were gonna invade.
that's fun though.
It
I
was
mean,
it
that's
was
like
it
I
was really
appreciate
cute. Like it was
purity.
really like kind of like you were on this journey and you were gonna. This is where you're starting, and it's very fun. And you decided to dress up like spooky goth Sith Lord Revan. Um, so there's this guy over here.
Yeah, what's he up to?
Yeah, he's gonna fight us.
Okay, well that's a
Yeah.
shame. I thought he was going to talk to us.
No, and he's got a friend too.
Oh, I see
Um,
his friend. Yeah.
yeah, these dudes kind of suck. They're
Ooh,
not like
ooh.
I I I alternate between having like an immense amount of trouble with them and absolutely no trouble with them. And this is definitely going to be the time that
You have a
they
little trouble.
are very difficult for me. Um,
I don't appreciate that he can turn on the rage. That's a little rough.
Oh yeah. I think we can. Oh yeah, we have stomp is what we have.
You got the Sturby.
The nice thing
Excellent.
is,
Oh yeah, I would heal up. Maybe
Yeah.
a chance. This guy's a little faster.
yeah, this guy's fast and he's he likes to roll. Which is
Just like us.
yeah.
Not easily staggered, is he? Ah, that was very close.
Now if I got stuck up on the tree with the camera. But what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna go back and beat them this time?
Well, the one guy's gone. That
Oh,
is
he
the
doesn't
nice
even
thing.
respawn. Oh, that's
He does not
nice. Yeah,
respawn.
that's great.
Yeah, no, he's gone. The other guy's gonna be there, and that's fine because
He'll be lonely.
yeah, he'll be lonely. That's all we gotta fight is him now. No bigs.
He probably won't even have much of the will to fight with his friend not there.
Oh no, he's got the will to fight.
Okay.
He's that kind of asshole. Yeah, he's definitely got the will to fight. Trust me. We got our
Okay, well.
souls. We're gonna go find this guy
Only 12,000 more before you can have the tower key.
for the tower key. Yeah, only 12,000.
That's like nothing at all.
That's like nothing at all. So here he is. He's over there. He's gonna come down. He wants to have a party. Oh shit!
Oh no! Controller?
Controller, yeah.
It's like that doesn't. I don't. This doesn't seem like a tactic.
There we
Yes.
go. Bye bye, big boy.
Oh, and there's a little treat back there too.
Oh yeah. I think there's a special way we gotta get there from over there. We gotta drop down kind of thing.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to get up there from earlier, and I can't remember. We'll figure it out eventually. But for now,
We can read some stuff.
we can read some stuff. Yeah, we can. We can read
Yes.
these swords we picked up, like the Exile Greatsword. Blood-stained greatsword wielded by one of the watchdogs of Farron, who preside over the slumber of fallen warriors. The blade is a reminder of the exile's past misdeeds. Inhuman strength is required to wield this heaviest of curved greatswords.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a curved greatsword. It is a quality weapon, but it does
Ooh,
it's a big boy.
17 pounds. Wow.
Yeah, it's a
Or 17 weight.
It's a
That's
big
a-
boy.
That is a very big boy. Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
Like, let's take a look. Like, look at that thing. It's cool though.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's neat.
This is like that one sword that everyone was into in Elden Ring. You get from that first the the Gale, the jail you
Oh
go
yeah,
into. God, I can't remember what it's called, but like,
I know which sword you're thinking of though.
yeah, it's actually like, despite its weight, it's very fast. Which
That's
is
really interesting how fast it is. Yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna say like it feels like you could very easily take care of like a group of people with that, which is
yeah.
very much not what I would think of seeing it.
And then the got the great club. It's a wood club fashioned from the branch of a giant tree.
Hmm. So it doesn't get a story.
Yeah, no, it's just
That's interesting. So his friend is just like a guy who's there.
oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to, did I not equip it? Oh yeah, I would pull that big boy out. That big boy. Yeah, look at that.
Woo, wow.
You just boom.
Now that is not fast.
It's not, but you can pancake people like nobody's business.
It would seem so. Like
Yeah.
I would not be happy to come across that guy in PvP.
No.
That would not make me happy.
So he picked up this one catalyst. The catalyst used by generations of heretic sorcerers. So sorcery is a logical academic discipline, and the power of sorceries depends heavily on the caster's intelligence.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The logical academic discipline, but yet they're also heretics. So is this a heretic in like a Galilean sense?
Well, yes, that's the thing. So, like, here's the most sorcerers we run into are from this place, the Vinheim Dragon School. So, the staff used to cast sorceries. Common catalyst given to sorcerers, the Vinheim Dragon School. Equip a catalyst to use sorcery. Sorcery must be attuned to bonfire before use. But then we don't get that kind of that level of sorcery as a logical academic discipline, and the power of sorcery puts heavily on the caster's intelligence. Um, it requires much more intelligence to wield the heretic staff, but which is a fun commentary. You only need 10 to use the sorcerer staff.
It's very the way they're explaining it, and so especially the academic element is very it feels very much like you have to go to this school and understand these facts
Yeah.
before you're able to wield sorceries.
So doing that Derby, the wrong way.
They're be so thirsty.
Derby's thirsty. But we got some other stuff we picked up. What is this? The Fallen Knight armor. So
Oh, nice.
first of all, we got to put that. We got to throw that on. It's
Oh, that's so goth.
like
I like that.
it's not a bad set.
You get to be Drizzt Do'Urden. That's exciting.
God, no, Drizzt would never wear a chest plate like that.
I don't really know much about
Drizzt
Do'Urden.
Drizzt's a ranger, so he wears like medium armor. I think he's got like elven chainmail, I think, some shit like that.
Okay. All right.
I had a stat block for him committed to memory at one point in my life because I had to, because everyone played Forgotten Realms. And like they want you to make it so at one point he'd swing by the campaign and be like, all right, you got to make Drizzt swing in at some point here. Armor of an order of fallen knights who disbanded and fled, but met untimely deaths. So these are knights who fallen knights. So they disbanded and fled. Fallen is interesting there because it's like, okay, are they fallen just because they're all dead now, or were they fallen?
I feel like that's like a fallen from grace sort of thing.
Yeah. And they disbanded and fled. So they had to flee something. Something wanted to kill them. Something crushed them.
Yeah, I have to imagine
and run away.
I have to imagine the thing that wanted to kill them was like a country or a king, but there's no reason it couldn't be a monster too, which is kind of interesting.
So then here we get the next level. The drab, tattered cloth conceals tough black metal.
Oh.
Which provides dependable protection from fire. It is just possible to make out the majestic gold engravings on the surface. So we have these knights.
I love the environmental storytelling there that like there's gold, there's gold engravings and stuff, and it's effective to fire, so of course it's covered in soot and ash, right? Like it's become so blackened as to be illegible because that's what happens when you have an armor that's good defense against fire. People shoot the fire out and the armor lives, but it looks like trash.
Yeah. Let me see. Trying to see what we got. No. But yeah. So there's little details here. It's like the majestic gold engravings on its surface. So this is this is fancy armor at some point. We have this drab tattered cloth that conceals tough black metal. So like we did get and this is not necessarily Dark Knight armor because we know that's different looking, but when we run across the black metal armor previously, it's because of Gwyn's knights who went, and got blasted by fire. I think fighting dragons is the deal there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So there's like suggestions of Gwyn there.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, that's really interesting because it is. I didn't even think about where the fire would come first. Like if the golden is absolutely a quotation or a quoting of Gwyn.
Yeah. But I don't remember. I don't think. I just wanted to hit that bonfire because it makes life easier over on this side of the map.
Yes. No, I think getting any bonfire seems like a good idea to me.
Yeah. We're not going down there yet. That's later. That's later business. But so here we have this big wall, aqueduct, road, archway, something.
I like that a lot. That's really pretty.
Yeah.
It looks like where the original undead shrine was in where the Welshman is sitting on the edge of
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1.
But no, it does. It gives us a lot of echoes of Dark Souls 1. I mean, like, there's like a lot here. It's like we have like we've got this big wall over here. We've got this kind of long, tall aqueduct thing. We have this kind of structure over there that kind of looks like it kind of vaguely sounds like it's got that weird, that architectural style that's in conflict with kind of everything else architecturally.
Right.
There's all sorts of stuff going on back down here. There's something we
here?
can't get in there. We can't get in.
Can't get in there.
Can't get in
man.
over there.
Oh, so unfair.
It's a bummer. This is like a weird zone because I've always like gotten stuck up on actually, you know what, can we put the fallen trousers on and still have a solid equip load? Oh yeah, hey, look at that.
Fallen trousers it is.
There we go, Derbs.
Do you like the look or is it something more?
I like the look, but
is it just better because it's better stats?
it gives us well, let's see, can I no, that this makes my roll too bad.
Yeah, that's very slow.
Yeah, it's a slow one. It gives us more boys than not like a ton more boys, but it gives us more boys.
Voices seem to be something that we could use.
Yeah, I just that's how we trade in this game. Toys is weird in this, but like it does work.
Voice has always been weird in these games. I don't think there's ever. I'm not of the opinion there's been one where it's like been normal.
That's fair. Honestly, I was like about to like be like, well, actually, and it's like, no, that's fair.
And I wish there was because it's a neat idea, but it's never made sense to me.
No, boys. Well, this is one of those things where like it does work, and you have to sit there and figure out the ways in which it works. Oh, we got some stuff.
Conjurer stuff.
Yeah, conjurer stuff. Now we're in the deep water. That's why we're moving a little slower.
Reasonable, yeah. This is not the...
There we go. God, this fucking... we
hate
really
this
got
guy.
into the screaming sound effects in around Bloodborne.
the not your father's Wilhelm scream kind of thing.
Yeah, like... So, over there, I don't know if you can see it.
What's that?
I'll show you.
Oh, exciting.
Does that
Oh.
look familiar at all?
Yeah,
That
it looks
looks-
like the Knights in the Towers, the Black Knight.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Black Knight.
I'm sure he's really friendly, right?
No, he's not friendly at all.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're never friendly. I always thought I thought it was interesting in like Dark Souls that like, you know, no matter who you ran into, they like really just weren't friendly. Oh, does he hear us?
That's cool.
Some people like to sneak up on him. Oh, we get the sellsword helmet, sellsword
All
armor.
sorts of stuff. Neat.
Yeah. He's a son of a bitch.
I mean, I bet they were awful sons of bitches in
Yeah, no, she's a son of a bitch in this one. Let me tell you. God damn.
It's never been fun to fight those Black Knights.
No, and especially because now he's resistant to fire.
Oh, great. Yeah,
which
we
you will
have fire.
recall. But that's okay because you know what we do have? We got the butcher. No, we're not the butcher knife. We got the great machete +2.
There you go. That's why we did that.
Look.
Yeah,
Oh god damn! Actually, I think this is it. This is the fucking derby right here.
Whoa, that is cool.
That
looking.
is so sick. That's better than the Zweihander.
Derby looks so boy,
Derby's
that's
a
like executioner Derby.
Yeah, Derby's a
like,
fucking menace here, right here. This is
whoa. I like that
Derby's
a lot.
gonna go and fucking. She's gonna go fucking fuck up Severian. Okay, let's this bitch. Can we creep up on this bitch? It'd be really funny if we could creep up on this bitch. Nope, we couldn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought we could. Oh
So
no.
that's how he does. Yeah. Oh shit! No.
Oh
We're
no.
like- Oh.
Yeah. Whoa. Yes.
Oh, fuck your couch, boy.
It is Oh no. No. That was an impressive block by him.
That was so fun, though. That was worth it. That was totally worth it. Okay, we gotta.
It's not fat rolling, I guess.
No, yeah, we gotta lighten up our load here. What are we? Nope.
How much heavier is the butchers than the
Oh, it's like.
Zweihander?
Okay, so let's see. This one puts our equivalent at 37.8, 33.8. So it's like a 4-pound difference.
Yeah, that is significant.
But
it does rock.
figure it out.
Is the other thing.
Yeah. That's not a terrible look.
Good look.
So our poise like 1160. That's not. What do we get with that? We get 15. Yeah. 36. Can I get rid of 36? No, gotta be under.
Yeah, that there's a fat roll.
Yeah, that there's a fat roll.
That there's a fat roll.
That there's a fat roll. All right, so we'll just put back the conjurator boots on. That works. I think. Sorcerer's trousers give us slightly more points, but nah. Okay. Yeah, I don't. I'm just like, God damn it. Yeah, I'm kind of about this derby, Zach's life.
I mean, it's very hard to deny.
It is. And there's the next swamp that we'll see eventually. Over there, but we're not
Future
going.
swamp? I love that.
Future swamp.
Future swamp. I love the promise of a new swamp.
Everyone loves the promise of a new swamp.
That's right. The swamp is always greener on the other side.
Do I have anything cool that I can put on this? Oh, I got the gold pine resin. That's not that helpful though. That's for opening up dragons. That's not for.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything that you can put on that would be helpful against a knight?
I mean, I got some things here in my bag of tricks. But first we gotta get back there. I have to remember how to get back there. I gotta run all the way over there. That's right.
Mind the crab.
Yeah, mind the crab. Right. Wish I had that water walking ring.
Where do you get the water walking ring in this game?
In this one, I don't remember.
You are fat rolling it up.
Well, it's because we're in the water now.
Oh, right. Forgot why.
Oh yeah, no, this is where it's at. Fuck this one. Derby
so
believes
fun.
in. Yeah, Derby
I like
believes.
Derby's strange look being this hollow also gives her kind of like like she's almost wearing like one of those white solid masks people use in home invasion movies or Bravo
Oh
Band.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So. First things first. Do we have any other ring? What other rings we got here? Blood bite ring, increases bleed resistance, short spell casting time, lowering equip road, increases attack. You know what? Since there's 10,000 souls down there, I'm gonna put the ring of sacrifice on.
That's smart.
Just because if he dies, I don't want to have to keep doing this thing where like, oh, there's 10,000 souls on the line, blah 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 blah.
It's gonna
Because
be
that's a
so
level.
irritating. Yeah, exactly.
At this point, you know.
Yes, exactly. No, I agree. I was gonna say the exact same thing, which is like, yeah, you know, where you're basically looking at it as if you can manage to not have to setting it back, you've broken yourself out of a cycle, which is
we're here.
huge.
Number up. Oh yeah, look at that. Now
Wow.
we're on fire, and we're
That
still.
looks even better when you're on
we're
fire.
still ugly.
So cool. Whoa!
Oh shit, Derby.
Ooh, nice dodge.
Boom.
Yeah,
There we
that
go.
ruled. That was cool.
That son of a bitch didn't drop anything.
I was gonna say, was he supposed to?
It's a
A rare drop.
yeah. Wretch ahead.
Baron
It's a new coal.
What's that?
Well,
I
you
mean, I
know,
know what a coal is, but I don't know what it does.
well, with a coal, we give it to our blacksmith friend.
Yeah, we're gonna give it to our friend.
Yeah.
I hope it opens up something else.
Well, it's anytime there's a new coal, that means there's a new kind of infusion.
Mm.
Um, so we'll see what options that opens up for us. It might
And
open
we
up
have a
the.
new weapon that we really would like to infuse.
Oh. Well, we got this. We got this. We got our old weapon
Yeah,
that we'd
that
like to
guy.
infuse.
Yeah, I guess that's our new old.
How am I? Am I
What is old
fat
is new
rolling
again.
Oh, because of the ring of sacrifices. Because it
Oh,
weighs a pound.
funny. Oh yeah, take that off.
Yeah. I was like, why? I didn't know what was going on when I was
I
rolling
also was
initially.
wondering. I was like, asking in the middle of the battle is not helpful. Why is the fat rolling again? This makes no
Yeah,
sense.
it's a good question. I think that's it. That's over here for now. I think we got to go around to get to this door over here.
I really like this place conceptually. I also think there's a little bit of like it feels too big in the same way that the village felt too big. Like there's something I don't know, there's something about it that doesn't feel particularly like unique every time we're in it. Is
Yeah,
that like I don't know if I'm overreacting to anything. Just it doesn't feel like memorable as a place.
it's weird because it feels memorable to me, but only because I've done it so much that I have committed chunks of it to memory.
Yeah, fair enough. That's reasonable. And I
But
mean maybe that's the only reason anything in Dark Souls.
no, it's an ugly space. It's not particularly interesting. You know, it's it's not even that we don't like. Okay, we one we don't get any of like the answers to questions that we might have here. Like we know this is the kind of the pathway to Farron Keep. There is a covenant that we could join. I don't remember how. That specifically kind of deals with this area.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And like it's a PvP covenant where
Sure, like that makes sense based on the other forest in game 2. Or not previous game, but Dark Souls 1.
what did the dog just do?
I don't know. I can't make sense of what the dog just did.
The dog just jumped around. It was really
The
funny.
dogs in this game are preternaturally good. Like they're like the somehow it's become even worse to fight a dog in Dark Souls.
Yeah. I mean, the dogs in Bloodborne are really like that was.
Oh, those are brutal.
That was an awakening.
Now, thank God for the gun. I mean, without that, I don't know if I could have fought those dogs in Bloodborne. Although I didn't put much into my bullets or anything, so gun was mostly
thinking about the gun in Bloodborne. I'm like, I don't know that it really helped me that much, but yeah.
It was nice. It was nice to kind of like push off the dogs a little bit, basically.
Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to remember how we get. The door doesn't open for this side. I know. Yeah. Okay.
I'm aware.
I'm aware of that.
But there doesn't seem to be a boss room we're missing, right? Like
this is an interesting zone because it kind of there isn't a, as I recall, there isn't specifically, well, I guess is it considered a boss for this zone? Yeah, there is. There's a boss for this zone.
Okay.
It's just weird because like you kind of like there's multiple directions out of the swamp. So like
yeah.
That's the other side over there.
A little hard to figure out exactly where the rest of the castle is sometimes, I would imagine.
Over where like the kind of the cultists and the wizards were, that's where the primary boss of this zone is.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, I just have to
that makes sense since that's the
wheedle us back
there
and there's a whole way of doing all that business.
The one place we haven't revisited.
Yeah, basically.
You're gonna take on the crab.
Okay.
Careful with your 12,000 souls. Ugh, the mouth on the crab is so grim.
Oh, that's
What?
right. Yeah, they can burrow and disappear,
Huh.
which is funny because then they will like later reappear.
Sure, naturally. I didn't figure they were gone forever.
Oh, we
That
got
would
invaded
simply
by a
make life a little
watchdog.
too easy.
I
Oh.
forsooked.
I feel
So this is the thing that like yeah like you can get invaded by these weirdos and
Are those so? I guess like the watchdogs are sort of like that's also what that guy and his friend were, right?
yeah. Oh come on.
That is ridiculous. This is an NPC, right?
No, this is a player.
Okay, I was gonna say they're eye rolling it with far too much skill to be an NPC.
But like
Oh.
fuck off.
Once again, someone is cheating in Dark Souls.
I don't even think they're cheating. It's just like there's just like Dark Souls PvP. It lacks.
Mhm.
It lacks.
I like accusing people of cheating when they.
Yeah.
I like to imagine it's the only way they could have done.
I mean that was extremely a war of ping.
Yes.
That, like he won. Because if you looked at my screen, I hit him so many fucking times dead on.
Yeah, I agree.
And no. And that's just that is a problem with Dark Souls. Green Blossom.
Dark Souls needs to work on its net play. Let's be real.
But yeah, these like weird little mushroom dudes are. You know,
Love that they're like in every single game. Like they just.
like Miyazaki, he's wigged out by aliens. Because like these are like these are weird little alien things.
I mean, they're they're definitely weird little. I mean, they look like Daleks as well. Like they have that.
They do look like Dalek. They're little mushroom Daleks. They even have the kind of little bumps on the side, the little domes on the sides of the
Yeah.
body.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they're totally Daleks. So these are
Miyazaki is just scared of Daleks.
but these swampy hollow guys, I want to get one of their weapons because I think it'll tell me more about what their deal is.
Did they drop those tree branches?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they drop. I think it just turns into like a pike, though. It's not like
Sure, I didn't figure it would be that good, or else everyone would use me.
yeah, because you would never not use the ridiculous pointy tree branch. But
Constantly in range at all times.
I like this thing because like even when you don't hit someone, the impact on the ground still kind of staggers them just for a second.
It's so heavy. It's so sick. I love it.
It's just, it's heavier than the Zweihander, for God's sakes.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what makes it so cool.
Gurgled, homie.
Wow.
Drop your thing. Fine. Drop anything.
No.
Yeah,
Never.
he really said, "Fuck you. I'm not dropping shit." Oh, someone over there's struggling.
Probably call too many of those enemies in there.
Yeah, let's go back to Firelink and let's get this coal to our friend.
I'm excited to see what he makes of it.
Yeah. Hey, homie.
Ah, well met. 'Tis good to see ye in good health. What needs, Smith?
Give Cole.
Oh, my. This coal is from the Undead Legion, used to forge the weapons of Farron's Abyss Watchers.
Uh,
A fine prize. I'm honored to be endued with it. Now I'll be equipped to infuse special gems. Praise the gods, eh? Time to put this brawn to use.
All right. So now we can infuse
Gems.
special gems. Yeah. So let's take a look at our great machete. We have a heavy gem, which
Okay. I could see that being good on a heavy weapon.
So heavy gems is it just in like there's heavy, sharp, and refined. Sharp, increases it makes it a dex weapon. Heavy gems makes it a strength weapon. Refined gem makes it a quality weapon, which is balance, strength, and dex. Raw is we already had the ability to do raw, and that just kind of takes scaling off the table in exchange for just kind of more upfront damage.
Okay.
So right now we're fire, which gives us a split 150, 150, 151, 151. But we can switch it over to heavy gem, which gives us 192 plus 101 scaling from our strength attribute. So see, you always lose a little bit, like
Yeah, I noticed that.
that's always the thing I really liked about Dark Souls is you always lose a little bit because you're modifying the base weapon, right? Like it's
You're shearing some of it off.
Yeah, you're having to do something to change the properties of the base thing that weakens it in some way, but you get this added benefit. So this will put us up at 293 over instead of 271. It just
Pretty
seems
good.
like that's just the right move right now.
It does, especially with our strength where it is.
Yeah. So now we got
I love that.
The heavy
attribute going
great
up.
machete +2.
Love it. I
Love
love
it.
this.
Yeah, love this for us. What do we need in terms of the heavy great machete? We need 6 Titanite shards from here on out.
Oh my.
Yeah. But
That's a lot of Titanite charts. We're gonna have to come by this honestly, I
Today, be
guess.
careful.
yeah. But actually, I think that's 192 plus 72 one-handed.
Whoa.
Oh, damn it. I hit the wrong button. There we go. And now we're 192 plus 101. Yeah. So there
Oh,
we go.
nice. That's pretty great.
That's the
actually.
stuff right there.
That's a nice increase. I like that boost a lot.
But
Do we have enough for a
Speak.
level?
We do.
Then take no.
Which is, it's not gonna get us like a bunch of levels, but it's gonna get us at least one.
Just one? Yeah, I'll take it.
Vitality. Bump our crippled up as a point. Just because I want to get some of that.
Farewell.
Yeah, I was gonna say your equip load being pushed up would be nice.
Yeah, because then now like I can put those give us. I don't know. I think that might be. No, it's still too much. So I think we can do like 36. I think is. But let's see. $35.7. 36.1 I think is still too much, but let's. Nope, 36.1 we can do.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so
Thought for sure that wouldn't work.
yeah. Like I don't think we can do 36.8, but that doesn't really matter to us anyway. Just get us more poise. So we get us less points, but it gets us more other stats. But we don't. Actually, that curse resistance kind of nice.
But that is nice.
Because the resist on the Miratras is pretty good. Especially the poison resist.
I mean, I would think the main thing we want to think about with the curse resist is that's a very situational one, but it's a good.
Yeah. I like to just have resist on. Eventually, we will run into curse when we go to the next swamp.
Okay.
That's the big thing there. These pants are a little bit too fancy, but these pants are a little too fancy.
Kirby is
Like
a
this. Kinda like,
woman of the soil. Don't want to have too fancy of pants.
yeah, kind of like this. So that's not a bad look for now.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
There we go.
Even.
All right. So I think it's been like what? That's like an hour, or so.
We've been here, I think, in about an hour and a half almost.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's an episode.
That's a
as we
dreamy
gotta-
little episode.
Yeah. What a fun
Yeah.
time. We've reestablished who Derby really is, and Derby.
I
is
love
an
that we end
Axelman
up
now.
doing this.
Yeah,
This is
no,
so
it's-
fun that we end up doing this every single run. At some point, we're just like, you use something and immediately so.
It's just
you do.
it's just that's Derby. This is who Derby is now.
I really like that Derby has such a personality. This is what happens.
Yeah.
So great.
All right, Trevor, where can people find you? What have you been up to? Let
People
them
can
know.
find me at No Cartridge, my podcast, and I'm Eaglebon on Twitter. I have a Blue Sky that is Cartridge. I have an invite that I'll make Hagelbon as well because people have been looking for me there and not finding me. So it seems like I need. And then I had an interview with a guy who animation project named Haz. So that was pretty interesting. That's on the Patreon right now. Or not Patreon, the main feed right now. I just yesterday recorded the next Homicide episode of Patreon. That should be out tomorrow, this weekend. And then the new episodes dropping Friday, and so at least 3 podcasts in the hopper right now. Good time to hop in.
You just totally dropped down a bunch there in that last bit.
I did?
Yeah,
Oh no.
So, your audio just completely just dropped out a whole bunch.
Well, anyway, there's a bunch of podcasts. So we don't want to. No reason to re-record.
Go subscribe to No Cartridge on Twitter. Go subscribe to Heckelbon on Twitter. Go subscribe to No Cartridge wherever you listen to your podcasts. And
on Patreon.
And then, if you got some money at the end of the month, go subscribe to No Cartridge on Patreon. Those links are all down there in the description. You can
Sorry
click
about
on
cutting
it.
out everyone.
Yeah, it's all it happens. Discord is always the bane of everyone's existence. It used to be Skype, and now it's Discord. That's just how we move through the world.
I love market share.
I do. You can find me, Delacina, no underscore, basically everywhere. Blue Sky, co-host, Twitter, YouTube, and Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon. We got the $1 Adventure Gamers Clubhouse. $1 a month, you get access to the Let's Play, the adventure game of the month. This month we're gonna do Curse of Monkey Island, the 3rd Monkey Island, because we did the first 2 last month and the month before that, and we're gonna wrap up that Monkey Island trilogy before we move on to weirder, different adventure game pastures. But
And I will say, as a subscriber, it is very worth it. It's a wonderful.
yeah, no,
You will not regret being part of it.
we play the adventure game so you don't have to. But also we got the Gabriel Knight one. That's just free on YouTube. Go watch that. We got this one free on YouTube. Go watch that. And we will continue the continuing adventures of Vesper Hesperides sometime this month at the $5 Patreon level.
He's the worst man in Cyrodiil.
He's the worst man in Cyrodiil. Truly terrible. Joined the Assassin's Guild, the Dark Brotherhood. Found it that was a little lacking for him. A little too bad FetLife sex party. Not enough rigor.
That is true of the Assassin's Guild. It is a little bit too FetLife sex party.
It really is. And everyone there's kind of an asshole. So Vesper Hesperides, who through no fault of his own botched his last assassination, is just kind of done with them, and so we'll see where his adventures lead this month. But yeah, that's all on Patreon. There's links down at the bottom. You can click on them and go subscribe to things. And yeah, we'll see you next time on this, the best of all possible souls. Bye, everyone.
Bye. A nice return to form.
There we go.
That was fun.
It was a good time.
You died 7 times,
Cool.
which is the highest in quite a while.